dun dun. General chat. Hey, we're back on general chat.
A very special general chat this week. Joel, you look so different.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
Well,
No, actually, we have a very special guest. Adam, one of the producers from Tryon, has stopped by. We've been asking for Rift gameplay videos, and it wasn't enough, so we went to the source this week. And so we've got some in-game footage we're going to show you guys in a little bit. We've got your questions we asked on Facebook about Rift. Yeah.
So that's what we're going to ask today. You want to start off with the
Do
question?
you like our little setup here? Do you like our D20?
A little D20, a little War Machine, some Gandalf action.
That's right.
It's like being at home.
Could be the most epic
know?
battle we've ever seen, maybe.
Where did you get your gaming background? Where did that start for you?
So I've been gaming for a while. I've been playing video games forever and a day. But I also do a bunch of tabletop gaming, so we were having the discussion earlier about, a nice Khador Warjack here and a little Menoth. So my background is a lot more tabletop. I've done a little D&D in the past and quite a bit of video gaming as well. I've been working on MMOs for about 7-8 years now.
Right.
So I've been kicking around for a little while.
What's your favorite tabletop campaign you've been a part of?
Tabletop? Well, having worked on Warhammer Online, I could say we had many of the epic tabletop Warhammer Fantasy Battle and 40K.
A favorite saying of mine on the channel is "Blood for the Blood God."
Yes, Blood for the Blood God, always popular. Had a couple good War Machine tournaments we played in, so both of those are old fan favorites for me.
Very nice.
If you had a choice between your favorite kind of video game,
So bar none, I love MMOs. That's part of the reason why I've been working on them for, like I said, quite a number of years now. So they kind of monopolize most of my time. When not playing MMOs, I try to get away from the computer, get on the couch, little shooter action.
Nice.
Currently playing some Dead Space. Catching up on some games. It's kind of tough with launch coming up for us.
All right. Are you on the original or are you playing the new one?
2, yeah.
Very cool, very cool.
All right. Well, with no further ado, our first question comes from Jordan Crow. What was your favorite part of designing the game? Any certain things stand out?
So for me, it's not so, since I'm a producer, it's not as much designing game. It's an opportunity to work with some really talented designers and artists. I think the most entertaining thing for me has been the dynamic content. I've said it time and time again, when you work on games, you spend hundreds of hours playing it and there's nothing new and exciting. With the way the world of Telara works, with the way that Rift is, there's something new around the corner every time. So it's very infrequent that you see a dev that runs around and demos this game and plays it like mad, surprised by something. But whenever we run these demos and whenever we're playing, it's just, you can get hit from left field, and it's awesome. I love it.
Mike Diglio asks, what will be the different types of PvP zones? For instance, arena battles, guild versus guild, etc.
So at launch, we've got 2 types of PvP planned. We've got our war fronts, which are matchmake instance content, right? So there are a couple different game types. We've got what we call Martyr, which is more of a bash fest, kill the man with the ball type of gameplay.
Right.
We've got your traditional capture the flag and domination, and then we've also got the Battle for Port Sion, which is kind of a big land war struggle up in the capital city of Port Sion, where both sides are trying to get a foothold back in to unlock the rest of that content. We also have our open world PvP, which on PvE servers, obviously completely consensual. On PvP servers, consensual means you've logged in, so have at it. And that's really kind of changed a lot with our dynamic content. We weren't expecting it to be as active as it was, but really what happens with the Rifts and the Rift content is people tend to group together, and you don't get as much one-on-one ganking. You get these big skirmishes that happen, which is a blast,
Yeah.
and a lot of people are enjoying.
Yeah, for sure. One final question. How is the in-game raid content going to be?
So that's a really popular question right now. We're in beta at the moment, so everybody has been playing through the game, but we've locked them out from the end game, so everybody's kind of chomping at the bit for that.
Right.
And some of that B-roll I hand delivered earlier has got some juicy tidbits, so hopefully you guys will show that and share that with the everybody out there. But our end game is basically set up so there's a variety of things for people to do. We don't want our game to be too much of a grind, so we want them to get to the end really fast or reasonably fast. There's still hundreds of hours of gameplay there. But we want to make sure they get there and they have fun. So for the solo players, there's lots of interesting Rift events they can join in. The dynamic content continues into the end game. Every one of our dungeons, even our end game start 50 dungeons, have what we call expert modes. Expert modes are more than just trying a harder version of the dungeon. They unlock additional storyline, additional areas for people to discover. So it's not like you're playing the same dungeon specifically you played at 30.
Right.
It's the same dungeon plus plus. So it's kind of like a dungeon plus system. We've also got raid content, right? So we've got your more traditional 20-man instance raids where you go out into a zone, you you fight through, you have fun, you know, you come back, it gets locked out if you've beaten it, and you can do it once a week. But really the interesting thing that we're experimenting right now is with our 10-man raid content. So we're trying something a little different with Rift. We're leveraging our dynamic world content to actually make the 10-man raid content on demand. So you and your group of friends, instead of going to a zone portal and going, and in we go, we'll actually form what we call these Rift lores that you can build as you go through the endgame content and spawn these different dynamic events for your raid, for your 10 people, and maybe a little bit more, right there in the world. And the world changes even more than a normal Rift raid, right? So I think one of the Rift raids we were showing you guys is a life event where this giant hedge comes up and it goes through all these pieces of storyline. And more importantly, we want to make sure that players can not necessarily be griefed. So when your group or your raid spawns this content, it locks it into you. So other people can help participate in it, but they can't grief you. They can't ninja loot your awesome blue sword of ass kicking, right? But it's there for you to play. When you're done with it, it'll fade away, and you'll have all the opportunities you can to kind of have a challenging, what is normally an instanced encounter out in the world where other people can see what's going on, and it's kind of your server first. When you beat these things, will be witnessed by other people. How awesome is that, right? I mean, you can go, oh look, I killed X dragon and the heads in the city, yay me, versus the entire thing unfolding with other people watching, which is really cool for us.
And that's something people have been asking for a long time, is sort of an ability to sort of spectate on a lot of those. You hear about these battles, and it's like in the hub cities, you're hearing about like third parties, so the ability to actually experience a lot of that, I think it's a big deal. All right, well, on Friday's Realm, we'll be featuring all this B-roll footage that we've got, so make sure you tune in for that. Is there anything else that you feel like needs to be said?
So, Friday's still time to catch us in beta. We're in open beta right now, going through, I believe, right to the end of the weekend, right?
Oh, well, by the time this will air next week.
Friday? Okay, well, in that case, you can join us live, because we'll be live March 1st. Our head start's kicking off right before that. So come join us in Talara, see what it's all about. I'm sure you guys will be really happy and really excited, because, we are, and we plan on being there for quite a while.
We'll be there.
There you have it.